I have so many books on my TBR that it's honestly embarrassing, and it's low-key giving late-stage capitalism. But reading has been my coping mechanism since I was a child, and God knows we all need our coping mechanisms this year. Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Lily. Thank you so much for being here. I'm really excited to talk about the 10 books that I'm most excited to release in 2025. These are the 10 books that I'm allowing myself to buy. A few of them are already pre-ordered. And we just have a wild year in general for various unfortunate reasons. But we also just have so many good books coming out. We've got widely anticipated books from some top authors. We've got some sequels, we've got some later installments, and I'm feeling pumped about my reading year. So let's talk about the 10 books that I narrowed it down to, which was very hard. We've got 3 psychological horror, 3 fantasy/dystopian, and 4 literary fiction. Now, the first book I want to talk about today is The Buffalo Hunter. This is by Stephen Graham Jones. It comes out March 18th, and he's the author of The Only Good Indians, which was like very loved and won lots of awards. I never read it, but this book sounds so good that I think I have to order his first book before I read this one. So this is classified as a historical horror, and it's framed through the diary of a Lutheran pastor, and his diary is found within the walls of this church on a Blackfeet reservation. And this diary entails all of the happenings around 217 Blackfeet tribal members that went missing. Not only do we have that very intriguing perspective, we also have the perspective from a vampire. He is a Blackfeet vampire named Goodstab, and he's coming for vengeance and justice, and his narrative is recounted through confessional visits. Does that sound amazing? I love religious horror. I love paranormal horror. I love historical horror. This sounds like everything I love wrapped into one. I cannot wait. The next book is Victorian Psycho. This is by Virginia Fietho, and it's set to release on February 4th, and it's actually going to be an A24 movie, which is really, really cool. So if you want to read the book before, get your hands on it now. I've already pre-ordered this book, so you can look forward to a review coming your way. This is a psychological horror with gothic vibes and dark humor. We are in the Victorian era, following this caretaker of a very prestigious family. And so as she gets a little more close to this family and begins to know them a little more, she starts to uncover the corrupt nature of this family, and it causes her to descend into madness. That sounds so good. I'm really hoping this is giving historical horror also, because a psychological horror in the Victorian era sounds like everything. I will be there. The last book that I have in this category is They Bloom at Night. This is by Trang Tan Tran, and it comes out on March 4th. This story takes place in an apocalyptic society where red algae bloom has just devastated the animals, the nature, the humans, all of it. We are in Mercy, Louisiana, and all of this is because of climate change, the hurricanes. I don't know too much about the story, but I think it has like paranormal vibes, and it's been praised for its atmospheric exploration of complex themes. Sign me up. Alright, so we've got 3 fantasy/dystopian. The first one you may have heard about because it's getting lots of buzz. This is The Devils by Joe Abercrombie, and it's coming out on May 13th, which is my little sister's birthday. This is a dark fantasy set in medieval Europe, and we're following a monk who has gone through all of his training, and he's like awaiting his holy mission or his holy assignment, and it's everything he's been getting ready for. He thinks he's ready, but he was not anticipating working from murderers to monsters. That sounds really cool. That's what I will be doing on my sister's birthday. So, sorry, Gracie. Next, we've got Green Teeth. This is by Molly O'Neill, and it comes out on February 25th. This is said to be like a cozy fantasy, and we've got the 3 Fs. We've got fae, we've got folklore, and found family. Love, 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 all of that. And we are following Jenny Greenteeth, who is a lake-dwelling monster who has been living in solitude in this lake because she was like banished there until a witch named Temperance is cast into her lake, and they go on a magical quest together to fight the system. That's pretty much all I know, but that's all I need to know. Sounds great. Next, we've got The Incandescent by Emily Tesh, and I haven't heard many people talking about this book, but it's one of the top ones that I'm most looking forward to. This is a sapphic, dark academia, and we are in England at a magic school. In this story, we're following Dr. Walden, who is the director of magic at Chetwood Academy. We've got demons, we've got monsters, we've got spells, and honestly, I think I'm getting to the age where a story following like the director of a magic school is a little more intriguing to me than a story following like the children of a magic school. I think this is a really fresh take on dark academia, which has been so loved and so overdone. And so I'm really excited to get a different perspective. It's sapphic, it's gothic, love that. And we also have a possible anti-hero situation. This blurb says, it's possible the entity Walden most needs to keep her school safe from is herself. Hey, I like the sound of that. Also, can you guys appreciate my notes? Is that gorgeous? Thank you. And for our last category, we have literary fiction. The Devil Three Times is a debut, so congrats, that's so exciting. Love seeing people make their dreams happen for themselves. This is also coming out on my sister's birthday. This is a historical fiction following 8 families in Tennessee that have been plagued by the devil in every single generation. So the story is each generation depicting their experience with the devil. And this is all stemming from a deal that was made with the devil aboard a slave ship en route to America. And this just sounds really obviously tragic, but I also think it's a really interesting take. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I think that it's an important narrative to read, and I'm really looking forward to see what this debut author has to say. Next, we've got Sleep, and this is by Honor Jones, which also comes out on my sister's birthday. Everybody's going to be partying for you, Gracie, but that's very exciting. Congrats, Honor Jones. Your name is really cool. I hope your book is really cool. So this one is maybe a little more prevalent to my taste than like the wider audience. But this is about a newly divorced mother who takes her daughters to the home that she was raised in, and when she gets there, she starts to remember and uncover a lot of the trauma that she went through and how it applies to her as a mother and her as a wife. And I just think it's kind of supposed to be like speculative fiction on womanhood and also like developmental psychology and how you are because of your childhood. But this quote actually made me tear up, and it's the reason I put it on this list. It says, every parent exists inside of 2 families simultaneously, the one she was born into and the one she has made. And I'm a mom. I had my baby when I was really young, and I literally felt like after I had my son, I just had a wave of knowledge of all the bad things that happened to me as a child that shouldn't have happened to me. And I, from that moment, just like knew I had to do everything in my power to make sure my son has a different path than I did. But that is so anxiety inducing. Like I was like crippled with anxiety because of it. So I'm interested how this story is going to go. I'm hoping to be able to reflect. I'm hoping to be able to grow and cry. And I'm really excited for this one. Next, kind of in the same vibe, this is The Girls Who Grew Big. It's by Layla Motley. And this is set to release on June 24th. I actually just read her first novel, Nightcrawling. I read it this month, and it was really, really good. I really enjoyed it, and I'm really looking forward to this one. And it sounds like a really interesting and heartwarming premise. So this is about a group of young, struggling moms who kind of all band together because they have no support. They're in an urban area, and they all decide to raise their family together in the back of a truck, of a little red truck. Is what it says. And I don't know, just the idea of young moms struggling together is something that I would like to read about. I think Layla Motley will do a great job with it. Yeah, looking forward to cry when I read that book. The last book that I have, and perhaps the one I'm most excited for, is Beta Vulgaris, which I don't know if I'm saying that right. Beta Vulgaris. And that is the scientific name of a beet. This is coming out on February 11th. This is another one that I have pre-ordered because I am so stoked for it. This is about a young woman and her boyfriend who feel kind of lost. They don't know what their next move is. So they decide to take a seasonal job in Minnesota on a beet farm. And everything is fine and dandy until her boyfriend and all of her other coworkers start to disappear one by one. Love. It's giving cultish, it's giving like spooky compound, it's kind of giving like midsummer vibes. And it says that it tackles themes of class, trauma, consumption, and redemption. Sounds too good. That's another one that I'm going to be reviewing on my page as soon as I get it. So subscribe if you want to see that. And that's all I have. Those are the 10 books that I'm going to let myself buy in 2025, the 10 books that I'm most excited for. Like I said, we have so many good releases coming out. If you guys have any other recommendations of releases that are coming out that you think I may be interested in, oh my god, I just talked so fast. Then you can comment and comment anything else. I would love to have a chat with you. Let me know if you guys found some recs to put on your TBR or your pre-order list. Thank you so much for staying until the end. If you would like, subscribe, comment, all of those great things, I would very much so appreciate it. Thank you.